Hi guys, big welcome. My name is Ken Mack. I am one of the co-founders of Acquirify, and joining me today is the one and only Jan from Acquirify, our amazing CEO. Whereabouts in the world are you today, Jan?
Hey Ken, it's nice to be back. I'm in Bali here in Indonesia. It's warm and cozy, but it's evening here. So
Nice.
if I feel a little bit sleepy, it's because of that. Well, good.
Nice.
It's
Thanks for joining
very
us.
nice
It's good to have you. Good to have you on board on the live stream. And the topic of today is really to share with everybody, what's been happening in the background. We've been very busy, working in the background on different projects, on different parts of Acquirify, the internal mechanisms and opportunities as well that our community and people new to Acquirify can get involved with. So I wanted to start today by by really asking everybody that's on the live stream to be staying with us right the way to the very end, because at the very end I've got something very exciting to be sharing with you. So we should be on here for about 15-20 minutes, and we're going to make sure to certainly bring some nice content to you today. So Jan, can you tell everybody what you have been working on behind the scenes, and also speak about some of the licenses that you've been working on with Acquirify?
No, for sure. Like I think in the past 4 months, we had a surge of secondaries coming in. So we're actually one of the biggest secondaries marketplaces out there. So what is a secondary? It's basically equities or tokens that are listed on the secondary market. This business is very lucrative because we are seeing the buys and asks before anyone else. So we can see where the flow is going with the money. And that means we can pick up very good investment opportunities. And we've been starting to get a lot of influx of VCs, hedge funds, family offices, and so forth coming inside of the Acquirify ecosystem and engaging with us. What does this mean for you guys as the community is that our deal flow is getting much better. We just did Portal, which is one of the Web3 gamify ecosystem pre-sales. We were lucky enough to get into angel round. And usually with these pre-sales, like the earlier you get, the better deal you so-called get, and the better you can eventually get your money back and with a bigger multiplier. But overall, let's say in 4 months, we became one of the biggest secondary marketplaces. We also are now ramping up with the M&A side, which Ken, you are very good at and you are very familiarized with. On that side, we started getting a lot of bigger deals. And hopefully in the end of this quarter or next quarter, we can happily say that we have now closed at least 1 or 2 deals. So yeah, a lot of exciting stuff. And I'm very excited for this year, for the upcoming bull run.
Yeah, we went through a pretty horrendous bear market as well, and you've seen a lot of companies, new start tech companies, dropping off. It was a pretty brutal bear market. I would say one of the most brutal bear markets in history. But the Acquirify team, I've been deeply involved, through the bear market, and it's been great to see everybody working so hard, building the ecosystem out. And now, we are one of the largest secondaries marketplaces out there. We are one of the largest M&A marketplaces in crypto out there as well. And we've got this SRO license, which is amazing, and also we've been working over the past 12 months on a crowdfunding license as well, which we're very, very close to getting. And once we get this license, I believe that we will be the first or one of the first companies in Europe in the crypto space to be awarded a crowdfunding license. Now, there is going to be a huge opportunity for the community once this happens, once we get hold of this license, especially with what I am involved with in the Web2 space. And, and really what that means is that we are going to be able to crowdfund for various different projects that our community members can get involved with. And when I say projects, I don't mean other crypto projects as such. Yes, we will have Web3 projects that we can crowdfund for, but we will be able to bring Web2 opportunities. So what I'm speaking about here is bricks and mortar businesses, real, tangible, hard asset based businesses like manufacturing companies, which, your community members will be able to change your crypto for. Let's say you've got $100,000 in USDT that you would like to turn into hard assets, so real world assets. You can take that and turn it into ownership in a physical company, be it in the UK, be it in Cyprus or somewhere else in Europe. You will be able to turn that crypto into real ownership of a company and receive your dividends back through the blockchain. So behind the scenes, I've been very, very active, working on these Web2 acquisitions. This deal, for example, that this company was acquired just in the last couple of weeks. It does fluoropolymers. What does that mean? It's a product called PTFE. So it's a very essential product. I think that the fancy name for it is Teflon. So they coat medical equipment and non-stick pans. It's a very common it's a very common product that's used in many different applications. So you guys will very soon be able to invest your crypto in a crowdfunding environment and get involved in owning a portion of these companies. And the beautiful thing is that you will be able to receive your dividends. What I mean by dividends is your interest payments for investing back through the blockchain. And at the moment, the types of returns that we are looking at within these deals is between 10 and 15%, which is amazing, because you see, a lot of the time in crypto, right, you're investing your money in these different DeFi pools, and you're dropping, it could be 10K here, 1K here, into these different pools, and you have no idea how these pools or other projects are investing your money and making you more money. But with the real world assets, push that we're really having now in Acquirify, you know exactly where your money is getting invested. You can see on the public register. So, for example, in the UK, we have a government platform called Companies House. So you can go onto Companies House. You can see the company that you're investing in. You can see the ownership of the shares reflecting within the confirmation statement, which is produced on the official company register. This is a paradigm shift, guys. Never, ever in the history of crypto has this ever been done, where we've bridged leveraged buyout, so LBOs, into Web3. So we are the first company in the world to do this. And what I mean by leveraged buyout, it's when we're going out there and we're buying a company, we're not going out there with 100% of the capital up front. We are going out to the market and we are using a very specific science, an art, a craft, and a certain way of doing things in order to structure a company in a certain way. We call it smart structuring, where we can go out there and buy a company by using debt. So it's a bit like, think about going out there and buying some real estate. When you go out there and buy a house or an apartment, what you're doing is you're going out to the bank and you're leveraging debt against the asset, and you're using the asset as collateral, as security. So we're doing this in a very similar fashion, but we're using all sorts of different mechanics and ways of raising liquidity in a company, so that we can buy a company by using a maximum leverage. So it could be a mix of some crowdfunding. Okay, so that's where you guys would come in. So let's say we need to raise $200,000 in order to get a deal over the line. So that $200,000 might translate to up to 20% equity in said company. Now, how we're raising the remainder of the payment that we need to make the down payment for the company, it could be a mix of asset finance, so us going out to traditional lenders, invoice financing, or raising unsecured or secured loans against the company. And usually these deals have an element of seller finance, deferred consideration as well. So there are many different moving parts to these deals. And I've been in the game for 2 decades, executing these leverage buyouts very successfully. This company here is actually in South America. It's producing 8 figures. It's an 8-figure deal with nearly 1,000 staff. It was one of the largest LED manufacturing companies in South America. This one here, this company, this is a recent acquisition about a year ago. And this is a packaging manufacturing company that is responsible. This is a crazy fun fact. These guys are responsible for 60% of the entire global supply of toothpaste tubes. You ever notice at the bottom of the toothpaste tube, you've got the the hard seal at the very bottom? So we produce a very key component that goes inside the machines or that produce the packaging. So without our component, companies like Colgate could not seal the end of the toothpaste tubes. So the point with this is that we are buying into very bespoke and niche companies that are part of the essential infrastructure that are completely recession proof and have been here for 30, 40, 50, maybe 100 years. So absolutely solid opportunities, not DeFi pools or DeFi companies that have been there for 2 or 3 years that are taking your money and investing it into, you get no idea. I've got no idea how they're making your returns for you. But with these companies, everything is transparent. You can see everything very clearly reflecting on the profit and loss sheets, the balance sheets, the financial forecasts, and the management accounts of the company, which are available on the public domain. So it is an absolute paradigm shift in the way that you invest your cryptocurrency. Now, as we know, there is a big push now towards the regulation side of crypto. So that's where Acquirify comes in. And that's what our in-house legal team are very busy working on just now, is the application process for crowdfunding. We work very hard to get the SRO license. So we are now moving. Yeah, go ahead, Land. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to say that it's a SRO membership. So we're basically a member of the Swiss community. And with that, we are a financial intermediate and we can do all kind of different businesses. But I agree here with Ken. Like, there's a lot of exciting opportunities that Acquirify is focusing on. And I would say also that, like, this is part of the secondaries and also in M&A. Like, we want to be focusing on the more diversified investment portfolios. And that means that it's much safer to invest in these. I would call it safer because they're more late stage and they're more mature. And usually when you have something that is more mature, you know that it's been tested, it's been done, it probably has some revenue. And this is what we eventually want to offer the Acquirify community. And I see this as a great opportunity for the community to get involved. Like, if you guys have anything there out there that you guys think is worthwhile in the brick and mortar scene, send it over to us. Like, we're happy to look it over. We have Ken here that has done this for more than 20 years. I mean, the real world assets are coming on chain. That's like, even BlackRock is saying about it. Even all the banks are saying about it. Like, I think we are in a very good position with the Acquirify to get involved, and especially with the crowdfunding license that we have been working towards at least for a year. Like, once we get it, it will open a lot of different doors. And just on point of that, like, licenses overall this year, especially this year, like, it will become so much more important than last year. Like, previous years, if you didn't have a license and you were in crypto, that was fine. There was no MiCA coming up. So MiCA is a regulation that is coming up in European Union. There's a lot of regulation coming up in United States. There's a lot of regulation coming up in Hong Kong and Asia. If we can get these licenses before anyone else, it means that we can do a lot of more businesses, and we are going to be the forefront of building a new sustainable model, which is these real world assets. But yeah, go ahead, Ken. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that really is the narrative now going forward into crypto. And, I think Acquirify is at the right place at the right time now, with, this is the narrative now for the bull market, the new bull market, which is upon us. The last bull market was, focused on decentralized finance, NFTs. And I think a lot of people, they really miss the point with NFTs, and you're getting this very, like, from my, I'm just going to be put it out there, but the NFT push with these digital photos and stuff, I find it very immature, and I think people just they missed the point, and it got really stupid. People spending $1 million, even friends of mine, spending $1 million. Yeah, $1 million on the NFTs, which is insane. But that money, in my head, could have been invested into real world assets, real tangible, factories, big manufacturing companies that, if you own share capital in a company, you will own a part of the assets, a part of the building that the factory's in. It's a beautiful acquisition that you can come into, you can visit, you can come and see your investment, you can hold it, you can touch, smell, and feel it, you can see the product that the company is making. So I think a lot of people, they really missed the whole point of NFTs. And like you say, BlackRock, a lot of these other companies, they're really pushing this real world asset now, and they have said that assets are going on chain. And I think that certainly with the ecosystem that Acquirify has built, there is going to be something for everybody, whether you want to get involved in the crowdfunding part, with these deals that I am actively working on behind the scenes. So I'm flying from A to B. I'm visiting these companies. I'm involved in the conversations with the brokers, the financiers, raising the capital. I'm teaching people how to do the deals. So I'm very heavily involved in leverage buyouts. I find it great fun. I love it. It's just an amazing thing to be part of it, and also with my passion for crypto as well, to be able to bring the Web 2 and the Web 3 together, and to be part of what's happening now is very, very exciting. So within this ecosystem, whether you own a crypto company and you're looking to sell it, whether you're looking to buy a crypto company, crowdfund, be part of crowdfunding for one of our projects, or get involved in some of the pre-sales, the allocations,
or if you own equities already or own pre-sales already, we can facilitate those. Like what we basically done with Acquirify, it took us a little bit more time than we wanted, but we built a full ecosystem of M&A, which is what we built on the real world asset side and also on the Web3 side. Secondaries, no one else has done it like we. We are now one of the biggest on the secondary side. We have more than $300 million on our buy and sell orders. And then on the crowdfunding part, once that's ready, we can do final LBOs. And as Ken said before, like no one has really done it. And that's why it has taken us so long. Like we are constantly speaking with regulators. We're constantly trying to understand like, hey, what can we do? What can we not? And it's sometimes very frustrating, but what we've done so far is just, I think we're very on track, and I'm very hopeful and very positive of what this year will bring for Acquirify. And again, like Ken, I'm very eager to see like what deals you will eventually show to us and what we can do together. And for the crypto people out there that are fully on crypto, because I know that we have a lot of crypto people in our community, like it's a very good way of diversifying your assets. Like let's say you are in DeFi, it's a little bit unsecure, you don't really know like, hey, what's going on, but at least with these LBOs and these real world asset companies like brick and mortals, you actually know what's going on. They've been there for 10 years, they're producing pretty good yield, and again, if you do 7 to 15% yield a year, you become a millionaire pretty fast. Like and that's the whole point here. We offer more than anyone else in this crypto community or crypto ecosystem, and we build something that no one else has built so far. So we are one of the biggest M&A companies out there, or marketplaces. We're one of the biggest secondaries marketplaces. We will become eventually one of the biggest crowdfunding platforms out there for Web3, which I'm very excited about.
What I'll do as well is I'll put a link in the video to the community so that our viewers can get access to these opportunities, because we post a lot of things inside the community, but the Deal Flow channel as well. So I'll get all of these links posted into the description of the video so that you guys can learn more about these opportunities and get involved in these pre-sales as well. We have a question here from one of the listeners that says, what assets would be the core focus. Certainly from my side just now, I'm focusing more on the bricks and mortar opportunities. So that's my main focus at the moment. I'm looking at for example, some of the deals that I've got in my pipeline that I will be bringing to Acquirify. One of them is a gas strut manufacturing engineering company. So they manufacture gas struts. So when you open the bonnet of your car or the boot of your car, you've got gas struts. So that is a very profitable company in the UK. So looking at that, got a packaging manufacturing company that produces corrugated cardboard box and modular packaging. So again, that's another opportunity that I'll be able to bring to Acquirify. So these are not super sexy businesses, but they're part of essential infrastructure. They're recession-proof companies, and I'm looking for companies that are able to weather the storm regardless of what recession or potential recession comes our way. I'm looking at companies that produce products and services that are part of the daily or daily needs that have stood the test of time, been here 2007 through the 90s, the 80s. So really this is like finding a needle in a haystack, but I'm following a very particular process and a proven system. And I'm able to bring these very unique and bespoke opportunities to Acquirify. I've got another question here. How to buy manufacturing businesses in leverage buyout or zero business acquisition in India? So yeah, absolutely, it's possible in India. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit easier in somewhere like the USA or the UK. Our focus is not so much in the Middle East region. We're looking more so within Europe, opportunities Europe and the UK. So that's at the moment that there is a lot of opportunities for us in the UK and over in Europe. So that is our primary focus at the moment. We get Fash Binder joining us as well from one of our team. Hey Fash, it's good to see you here. Okay, I want to speak a little bit as well about the token. We got a token called ACQ, which is trading very nicely on KuCoin. So there's a token that might be worth you guys paying attention to, especially as we go into the next bull run. How many days is it until the bull run, Jan?
I think after April. Under 60 days. But just on the community aspect, like we will get more and more deals on the pre-sale and the seed side. And I think we are working on a single side staking. What does it mean? It means that you need to stake your ACQ tokens, and if you stake them, you will have the possibility to basically participate in some of these deals that we will be bringing on. I think we have something very unique compared to other launch pads. And moving on, we are trying to work on more utilities. And it's just on go back to the clock, Bitcoin clock. Yeah, I think that let's say in 2 months' time, we'll start seeing quite a lot of different inflows into BTC. I don't know how people are familiar with what happened with the ETFs, but there's a company called Grayscale. Grayscale was offering BTC before ETFs. They were basically kind of like a hedge fund where you could buy these different equity investments and then get BTC, or a little bit kind of like buying BTC on equities. And basically what happened when ETFs launched, they could actually start selling those different stocks and equities. So in the bear market, you could get a minus 40% discount on this equity offering. So a lot of people bought, and now when the ETFs came live, they could have the chance to basically sell those ETFs or equities, and these were real BTCs. And that's why we had such a massive drop during this ETF run. But now I think we are seeing a lot of inflows coming in. And usually before BTC halving, we have a little bit of a bear market. And after that, probably after 2 months after Bitcoin halving, we will start seeing really uptick of things going haywire. But yeah, I'm very optimistic.
Buy the rumor, sell the news as well. It was very typical. It was the same situation when you had the CME launch of the futures.
Oh, yeah.
Buy the rumor, sell the news. You had the Coinbase IPO, buy the rumor, sell the news. and it was a textbook buy the rumor, sell the news. 49K Bitcoin, boom, everybody gets paid.
I totally agree. Like it was the same kind of event. But yeah, I think we have covered almost all the topics. I think we're on 25 minutes time now. But yeah, just the community, like my last words. I think we've done a lot of positive things. We basically launched during the worst time of the history of crypto. Like the worst bear market came over. There was a lot of FUD, a lot of different things happened, but we are now the biggest Web3 M&A marketplace, which I'm very proud of. We probably will be closing some deals in this quarter, which I'm happy about. And then on the secondary side, we started closing deals. So we're starting making revenue. And from my side, I think 80 to 70% of crypto companies never make revenue. So we already made revenue, which is more than anyone else, more than 70 or 80% of these other Web3 companies. So,
yeah, what I find quite interesting as well is a lot of the Web3 companies, in fact, a lot that I've noticed that they want to list for sale, that they're putting crazy multiples on their companies, 20x, 30x, but they're pre-revenue, but they're expecting 20, 30x valuations for the company. But we will be making sure that we're bringing good opportunities, well-vetted opportunities, and the most mature opportunities that we can to the Web3 marketplace. But yeah, there's a lot of exciting opportunities going to come up after this Bitcoin halving. It's going to be a fun year. I'm so happy that the bear market's behind us now. So happy.
No, me too, man. Like it's finally good to look at charts and they actually go up.
Exactly. Yeah, and I'm sure that all of you guys as well, you've seen our lovely YouTube thumbnail, and you're wondering, where was that picture taken? I found this lovely picture here. This is me and Jan in Cappadocia in Turkey. That was summer last year. Beautiful place. So that is where the thumbnail came from. It's great fun. And also, we opened up a lovely office in Cyprus. So we had a meeting over in Cyprus at the office. And this was actually not too far from Cyprus. It was an hour flight, which was lovely. Great.
And now when we have a Switzerland office, also we're going to be probably visiting there sometime this year. But yeah, a lot of exciting stuff. Can't wait to get more traction, get you community members more involved. I'm very happy what's been happening on the community side. Like a lot of support from you guys. You guys have been more active than before, and I think this run overall will be very beneficial for all of us.
Yeah, so just before we close off, I'm going to answer this question. One of our community members asking, how can we get involved to benefit from the deals? So, for example, the crowdfunding deals that we're going to be bringing to you, so the bricks and mortar companies and manufacturing companies, soon we will be posting these opportunities within the community. Once we've got all of our ducks in a row, and you will be able to apply to participate in these opportunities as an investor, with taking physical ownership of shares in the form of crypto and then receiving your dividends, 10 to 15% or whatever it is at the time, depending on the deal, back through the blockchain. So just keep an eye inside the community. If you were not a member, I'll post a link very shortly in the description of the video so that you can join the community and be kept up to date with what's coming up soon. So listen, thanks very much to everybody that joined us during the live stream. Jan, thanks a lot for joining us over there in Indonesia. I look forward to seeing all of you guys very, very soon.
Thank you, guys.